my god! I'm sorry! Oops! I done goofed again. I forgot to turn off my microphone from the last stream since I didn't do the outro. So I feel like, have I been... Oh, I guess I was just sitting here staring at the screen or something, and you can all just see him look at me do all these weird things. And like, just wait for everything. Oh, well. That'll have to be edited out. Welcome. This is what happens when I don't do the outro for a stream. No, okay. That's still that's a big mistake. It's just me sitting here doing things. Hello, Mina. Welcome. I can't do anything. No, Pigs. I was not. I didn't even see that I had this. I was reading because I have to catch up on the words, you know, and the backlog just keeps growing and growing. And so I was reading it, but I was laughing at something I was reading. So, and I can't do anything about them ads, Mina, sorry. Hey, take it in your pains, Pix. I finished the Bestest Host first chapter, but I haven't posted it anywhere yet, so I do also feel like I want to have a couple more just loaded. But regardless, we are going to be finishing the Rise from the Ashes case today, and we are in for a wild ride, and we're gonna love it, just absolutely adore it. And of course the camera is all wonky, and please, no, give me a second. Okay, it's safe, I think. Yes, it is. Yes, you can say that. I also need to refill my milkshake later. I have some milkshake. So I'm not stuffing my face this time, I'm just drinking. This is the defendant's lobby, all right, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where can she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth! Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is. That is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number belongs to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it! I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid! Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright. What was the mistake? Your computer? What? Or is your computer like not wanting to cooperate with you? This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gaunt has on her, it's now. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lanosky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ah, oh, okay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gaunt. Ah, morning, folks! How's everyone doing? Hey, aren't you back from the pool yet? Are you back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? I haven't heard what she intends to say. I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? Just to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what is your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has a right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears that there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears that the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth! The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. Oh, sorry. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gaunt. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would think me to be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. Wow. That's not good, Pix. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it will be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That is okay with you, right, Chief Gaunt? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Oh yes, I'm very familiar with that. Like just life support on the computer. I am extremely familiar with that. My own laptop was like that until I got myself a new one. Like when I was in high school and stuff like that. Just everything melted it. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Very okay then. He sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Yep, Edgeworth is pulling the Phoenix now. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That is understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You can't admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. So let's just press all the things. I think we need to press all the things. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was second in command under the then Deputy Chief of Police, Gaunt. My sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gaunt and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. Oh, it's funny you should say that, Fix. We will eventually, like, Edgeworth learns a few tricks from Phoenix, and it is hilarious when he starts doing the ass pulls. Trust me, you can look forward to that. Hello there, Farron. I believe they share the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too. The police department and the prosecutor's office had a ceremony that day. Lana promised me to take me to dinner after she had finished her work. A man? Oh, the Edgeworth game, yeah, that game is amazing. So if you didn't reach too much into it, it is good. We will play it, and you'll see. We'll finally get to see Edgeworth's assistance. However, that will not be done until after we've finished the trilogy here, because we will be playing the games in canonical order, which is these 3 games first. Then it is Miles Edgeworth, and then it's Apollo Justice. Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gunn's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during the Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. I almost forgot about Gant. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run off the Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in? I don't clearly remember what happened then, but... Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of the year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out? Whoa. That's not good, Pigs. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image in this scene of my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman. The victim. I would like to hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. So we have the second part of oh, right. A picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in black marker, magic marker. I got a bad feeling about this. Didn't we have the other one as well? No, Edgeworth had that one. Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy! All I'm saying is that the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. Well, that may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this is the evidence list from the SL9 incident. Bacon bits in potato, that is nice. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Turn it... Aha! What's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it! That's the picture I drew. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What is the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see it from the marks here, from where they were torn apart from each other. You see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? Yeah, but Edgeworth didn't know it. We knew it, but Edgeworth didn't. Order! Order! But Miss Skye, why did you draw the picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed to me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, are you all right, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let us see. Ugh. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There's indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. I'm sorry. Okay. Excuse me for a little. Thanks, Magna. I'm sorry. That's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, this is an act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Yeah, we just made instantly. Who cares about what we were bitching about? But the music counts. The music. Oh. Yeah, I need to catch up on chat. Okay, so let's see. Call Amy. Okay. Very well, witness. Will you please testify us about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Well, you can still go back in the archive to see, to clip it then, Mina. That is possible. But you'll have to wait until I'm done streaming, I guess. So just note the time. It's, we're about a half an hour in. Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Yeah, Edgeworth is hard to hate once you get to know him. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright I could see, all I could see was shadows. After that I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image on your mind. Thanks to that though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? Let's also just take a look at them together. I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time of this investigation, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Thank you, Mina. 2 or 3 days later? The memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness? But can you please tell us about why this picture is painted all black? So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture... So, can anyone see anything